Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my heavenly babies. I'm Angel, and I'm back today for that Dolly Sisters United. Let's unite together as one. Copies have been going on for years and years, for over 100 years, from clothing to purses to sunglasses to food to prescription drugs to over-the-counter medications. You name it, they have copied it to make it easier for us to afford. But it seems like the Dolly world really has a big problem with it. In fact, shunning us from doll shows, even if we are just friends with somebody who collects or has copy babies. A lot of mine were given to me as gifts. I'm not going to tell a person they have to buy a real one. But I love each and every one of my babies. And the biggest thing for me is I don't care who wants to shun me out. I want to make sure that I'm going to make it to heaven. I want to make sure that I'm not shunned out of heaven. That's the biggest thing for me. And anybody that's shunning anybody, that's that nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. I'm going to go over that in Matthew, all predicted in the Bible. This was all something that God saw happening. And when people are shunned and pushed away, remember, God will shun and push you away. So the most important thing for me to work on is not what I'm spending my money on, which I want to be careful with my money. What I'm buying to please the world, I want to please God. I want to be real and not fake. And believe me, there is two different communities. There's the Reborn community, which is the real COA babies. And then there is the Dolly community. I definitely would be in the Dolly community because I not only have copies in my collection, but I buy, paint, and sell those babies as well to help women get beautiful painted babies at a budget they can afford. Full body silicones, which can be thousands. And my babies have been told that they curve that appetite for high-end babies. They can be very expensive to buy, the real ones. And so I've made a lot of women happy. I started this channel about 9 or 10 months ago, not even a year ago, and already I have done well. I do believe that God, he wants us to take our talents that he gives us and use them in his honor and glory. Well, I had gotten a few copies from a friend, and it was anonymously, obviously a friend though, because they came right to my door, but I still don't know who it was. I never knew about these babies. I painted them, got a few more from my husband, and I was painting them, and somebody had asked me if I would ever consider painting them and selling them, and then I had other people, so I just decided to start another channel. I have another channel that I did my keto videos on, was loading some of my babies over there, and that's when I had the real COAs until I got those ones. But anyways, I thought, hey, I'm going to pray about it. I prayed about it. I am an artist, and I do feel God has led me in that direction because I can help people get a full body silicone thousands of dollars less than they are. So, and I, like I said, have made many people happy. The reviews I've gotten, the comments I've gotten, just the love and support I've gotten is just amazing. And I will continue to do this as I believe what the Bible says. No weapon formed against you shall harm you. So somebody can knock me out of anything, can stop being my friend, whatever they want, but I will not stop being, in their lives. I will watch their videos. I will be kind and not comment. But I still do watch them, as I have lost a friend over this, that I have copies in my collection and the fact that I sell them. So, but I will not stop doing that. And it's sad because I know this person does read the word, go to church and all of that. But, there's a lot of Christians out there that are half Christians, that are not, again, I don't want to judge. So I don't want to really get into that. But I just mean, we have a lot of false prophets. I could even be one. You don't even know. Only God knows the truth. But, I don't want to judge anybody because we all live in glass houses and a lot of people like to throw stones. But we shouldn't. None of us should be doing that. So I'm not going to judge. I'm not even going to go there with that. All I'm going to say is only God knows if you're a true Christian. That's all that matters. And I will buy what I love, and I will do what I feel God leading me in that direction. So yeah, I'm going to share my two babies with you that I got. I love them. I have wanted an Ava and a Laura for so long. I'm working on the Laura right now, getting a Laura from a friend. And hopefully it all works out. We'll just leave it at that. But I will never get rid of this one. This one is amazing. They both are amazing. The way they waited, the way they look and everything. But I have grown such an attachment. I only got this one yesterday, the Ava. Both of them came from the same friend, but one was a little later. But I have grown such an attachment. I can't put this one down. And it's a copy and I can't put it down. And I've got babies that are $3,000. Yet I can't put this one down. I can't. I love her. She waited so good. She's so beautiful. And I'm just so excited that I own both right now. Ava and a Laura. I love it. So even if I get that Laura, I am not going to sell this one or get rid of it. The Ava, I'm not sure. She's gorgeous as well. But usually what I do is if I get a real COA, I'll usually let the copy go. I'll sell it or whatever. But I don't know. This one I want to keep. And I don't know. This one I'm just starting to grow that bond too because I absolutely love these two. They've been one of my favorites along with the Sashkia and the Levi. Those are my favorite. Also the Mila. I have a copy of the Mila from Ping Lao. I love that baby. Love that toddler. So I have certain ones that I really, really, really love. And the Laura and the Ava would be by far my most favorite. And so, yeah, but I love these babies. So I don't know if I would get rid of, I know for sure not her when I get the real one. And her, if I'm able to get my hands on a real one, I don't know if I would let her go. Maybe because I have letting all the other ones go, But maybe I will just have to see. But they're both so cute. So I got them sitting in these cute chairs. These chairs were off of AliExpress. Both these babies are AliExpress. Aren't these cute? These chairs were like $13.54 plus tax, and they work so good for the reborn babies, the silicone babies. I love them. I'm going to get a handful of them and replace it for my bouncies. It would take up a lot less room too, and then every baby would have their own seat versus some of my bouncies, or most of my bouncies have two babies in them, is what it is. And they take up a lot of room, so I want to get rid of the bouncies. When I get rid of them, I'll put them away because I do my nursery in my room and my living room off my dining room. It's living room, dining room together. But once I have an actual home, because we are talking about moving in the next year or so, when we do, I want to, I'll keep all those and I'll use them in a room when I have an actual nursery. Then I can use those. But to take up less room, and I love the chairs, are so cute. So let's start off with my Laura. I got a lovey for her, a beautiful blue and white bear, which blue is my favorite color, and the Laura is my favorite. And I'm going to show you how cute she is. Oh, for one, she smells amazing because I have one of those patches in her, those Wonder Wafers. She smells amazing. Look at the floppiness to her. Look at her head. That's my favorite when a baby is a floppy baby, and she is floppy. She is. She scrunches in really good. So wonderful to hold in you and, pat the butt. I love the way I weighted her. Her butt feels like a real baby butt. And oh, I love you so much, baby girl. I love you. I love you. I love you. Look at how stunning she is. Look at that face. Look at that hair. I mean, AliExpress has really stepped up their game. I've pierced her ears. She's got in a AB crystal, so that like that iridescent. I love that on her. I love her painting, her rooted lashes, and then of course the painted hair, and then her art on her fingers and nails. I think it's beautiful. Shows a little bit more red in here because this is an iPhone, but it's not as red as it truly is. Her nail beds are phenomenal. She's got veining, mottling. She is stunning. She is weighted perfectly. I weighted her to like 6 pounds. And boy, she feels all of it. All of that, 6 pounds, if not more. There is her beautiful baby foot and the toes and the veining and mottling in there and the blushing. She is stunning. Let me kiss that little baby foot. Mwah. Love those baby feet. But I absolutely adore this baby. I do. And like I said, when I get the real Laura, eventually here, I am not getting rid of this one. Not getting rid of this one. I love her. So I don't mind to have two of them because I love the way she waited. I love everything about this girl. And I'm so happy that I was able to get her. Yes. Love her froggy legs. She is done like the real. She is 20 inches and she's around 6 pounds. And that's what the Laura is. I love her hands. How she's got that look where her hands are stretched out. I love that about the Laura. So cute. And I would like to introduce who she is. My husband actually named her first name. I did the second. Here is Carly Ann. Everybody meet my beautiful Carly Ann. Yes, she is so pretty. My husband said she looks like a Carly, and I definitely agree. Mwah! And she smells so good. And she's sleeping so good. See, look at that floppy head, you guys. Look at how well I weighted her. Oh my goodness, she weighted good. And they take the magnifying pacifier so good. It came with her, the pink one. Okay, and now we'll go on to the Ava. She was having a bottle here. She takes the pacifier really good too. She came with the white one. Even their magnetic, mouths or whatever take better than the more expensive babies. Like she takes it so good. Here's her Levy. It's a dolly. I got one of my box opening from Amanda from reborns.com. And then Look at the flappiness of my Ava. She also is very flappy. Very flappy baby. I love that. She squishes in really good. Weighted really good. Weighted to the butt really good. Mwah. Yeah, she's a pretty girl. Mwah. She is so pretty. And I did tell my friend if I ever had an Ava, I'd want brown eyes. So she made sure that she asked them to do the brown eyes. She's got the brown eyes. Look at that mouth. I love that mouth. Look at her fingers and the art there. Exact copy. And then her legs frog in like that. And I'll show you one of the feet. She's got such little feet. I love it. She is exactly the size of the real Ava. I believe she is 20 inches, 19 or 20, whatever the real Ava is. I can't remember. I'll stick it up on the screen. And then I weighted her to around 6 pounds. Look at that foot. Look at the toes. Look at her mottling and veining and blushing. Phenomenal. Yes, phenomenal. Mwah. Love you, beautiful girl. And she smells phenomenal. I have one of the things in her as well. One of the Wonder Wafers that they put into the vinyls like that to smell like a newborn baby. Had her in bed with me last night, and I had Laura with me. I'm going to pierce her ears. I'm not Laura, I'm sorry, Carly, but my Laura. And everybody meet this one I named, and it's just because I love the name, and it just looks like she's trying to say it. Her name is Phoebe Rose. Doesn't it look like she's saying Phoebe or feed me? See that mouth? She's saying Phoebe. She told me her name is Phoebe. I sold a baby named Phoebe, and it was the Levi, and the Levi's mouth goes down like that too, and it just looks like they're trying to say their name, Phoebe. It's adorable. So this is Phoebe Rose. Everybody meet Phoebe Rose. I love her so much. Mwah. Yes, I do, baby girl. I'm going to also pierce her ears, but I want to share her with you guys, and I'll share the 2 new babies that I got, and I love them both. Yes, I do. We'll give you back your Dolly and your Baba and your Nookie. And we'll let you go ahead and look at everybody. Yeah, she's going to look at you guys while I chat. But anyways, I'll try not to make this too long. We're already at 17 minutes, and I didn't want this video long, or I don't know if I... Actually, probably less than that. What I want to read real quick to you guys is Matthew 24. And this will explain everything that's going on and why all of this is happening. Jesus speaks out about the future. As Jesus was leaving the temple grounds, his disciples pointed out to him the I'm sorry, let me take the glass off so I can see. The various temple buildings, but he responded, "Do you see all these buildings? I tell you," I'm sorry, you guys, I knew that was going to go off. I tell you, where was I? I tell you the truth. They will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of the other. Later, Jesus sat on the Mount of Olives. His disciples came to him privately and said, "Tell us when all this happened. What sign will signal your return and the end of the world?" Jesus told them, "Don't let anyone mislead you. For many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation, the kingdom against kingdom. There will be famine and earthquakes in many parts of the world, but all of this only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. Then you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. We get persecuted, you guys, for these dolls. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers, and many will turn away from me and betray and hate each other." And see, that's what's happening. "And many false prophets will appear and will deceive many people. Sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold." See, knocking us out of things. "But the one who endures to the end will be saved." And that's what I'm worried about the most. I want to make sure that I'm going to make it into the kingdom. You can knock me out of anything, but please, dear Heavenly Father, don't knock me out of heaven. That's where I want to be. And because none of this is coming with me. God doesn't care about a copy or a fake. As long as we're real and not fake, that's all that matters. He doesn't care about copy stuff because we're not taking none of it with us. "And the good news about the kingdom will be preached throughout the whole world, so that all nation will hear it, and then the end will come. The day is coming when you will see what Daniel the prophet spoke about, the sacrilegious objects that causes desecration standing in the holy place." Reader, pay attention. "Then those in Judah may flee to the hills. A person on the deck of the roof must not go down into the house to pack. A person out in the field must not return to get a coat. How terrible it will be for how terrible it will be for pregnant women and for nursing mothers in those days. And pray for your flight and pray that your flight will not be in winter or on the Sabbath, for there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began, and it will never be so great again. In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen one. Then if anyone tells you, look, here is the Messiah, or there he is, don't believe it. The false Messiah and false prophets will rise up and perform great signs and wonders so as to deceive, if possible, even God's chosen ones. See, I have warned you about this ahead of time. Even God's chosen, you guys, even God's chosen. So if someone tells you, look, the Messiah is out in the desert, don't bother to go look, or look, he is hiding here. Don't believe it. For the lightning flashes in the east and shines to the west. So it will be when the Son of Man comes. Just as a gathering of vultures show there is a carcass nearby, so that the signs indicate that the end is near. Immediately after the anguish of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will give no light, the stars will fall from the sky, and the power in the heavens will be shaken. And then at last the sign that the Son of Man is coming will appear in the heavens, and there will be deep mourning among all people of the earth. And they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he will send out his angels with the mighty blast of the trumpet, and they will gather his chosen ones from all over the world, from the farthest ends of the earth of heaven. Now learn a lesson from the fig tree. When it branches bud and its leaves begin to sprout, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see all these things, you can know his return is very near, right at the door. I tell you the truth, this generation will not pass from the scene until all these things take place. Heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. See what it's saying? All this has to be going on, you guys. However, no one knows the day or the hour when these things will happen, not even the angels in heaven or the Son himself. Only the Father knows. When the Son of Man returns, it will be like it was in Noah's day, in the days before the flood. The people were enjoying banquets and parties and weddings right up to the time Noah entered his boat. People didn't realize what was going to happen until the flood came and swept them all away. That is the way it will be when the Son of Man comes. 2 men will be working together in the field. One will be taken, the other left. I don't want to be left behind. Let's not worry about this, you guys. Do what you love. 2 women will be grinding flour at the mill. One will be taken, the other left. I don't want to be left behind, you guys. So I'm going to worry about God. I'm going to worry about being real here. You too must watch, for you don't know what day your Lord is coming. Understand this as a homeowner's new exact. Understand this. If a homeowner knew exactly when a burglar was coming, he would keep watch and not permit his house to be broken into. You also must be ready all the time, for the Son of Man will come when the least expected. A faithful, sensible servant, and one to whom a master can give the responsibility of managing his other household servants and feeding them. If the master returns and finds that the servant has done a good job, there will be a reward. I tell you the truth. The master will put that servant in charge of all he owns. But what if the servant is evil and thinks, my master won't be back for a while, and he begins beating the other servant, partying and getting drunk? The master will return unannounced and unexpected, and he will cut the servant to pieces and assign him a place. That's hell, you guys, hell, with the hypocrites. In that place, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Boy, I don't want to be weeping and gnashing my teeth in hell. I want to know where I'm going. So if they want to knock me out of a doll show, knock me out of being able to buy a COA baby, knock me out. As long as God doesn't knock me out, that's the most important to me. Let's stand together as one nation. One nation. Love everybody. Who cares what people buy? It's their money. It's not our fault that China does it. And how do we know people aren't in cahoots with China doing this? We don't know the truth behind all of it because everything's been copied. And why would you send something over to China if you don't want it copied? Not every baby is copied. Not every artist gets their stuff copied. Okay, why is it being sent over to China? If you send something to China, you might as well put a Post-it note on it. Like I've said before, copy this. Okay, we don't know the truth behind it. All I know is it's not our fault. It's there for us to buy if that's all we can afford, and that's what we love and what we want. You know, just like people buying me this. Should I have looked at my friend and said, no, I only have COAs. You buy me the real ones. How could she have afforded that? Okay, I would never expect that. Let's be kind. Let's be loving. Let's not worry. And if people walk out of your life and we get shunned, let them. Let's all stand together as a sisterhood, a wonderful Dolly community, which I love. I don't really have a lot of heartache. I had one person that walked out of my life, a little bit here and there. Sure, as my channel grows and they see those babies I'm painting and selling, probably going to be upset. But I have brought more love and more joy to people. And like I said, no weapon formed against me can harm me. That's what it says in the Bible. So if it harms me from going to a doll show, but I still get to enter the kingdom, I'm not going to worry about that. I just want to bring love and joy to everybody. So that's my opinion on it. All people are welcome on my channel, whether you have real, fake, or I don't care if it's a Barbie doll, a Cabbage Patch, a Care Bear. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's fake, if it's real. You're all welcome. Everyone's welcome on my channel. And I love you all very much. And I will continue to do what I love because people tell me if it wasn't for you, I couldn't own this beautiful full body silicone. So they thank me for what I do because they're very expensive. And I will continue to do what I love. As long as the Lord leads me in that direction, that's where he's leading me. That's what I'm going to do. And I won't worry about where I get knocked out of because God will never knock me out of his home. As long as I'm walking right with him and I believe his son died on that cross for me and I thank him for it and I'm sorry for what I did that day, or that day. I'm sorry for what I did for the day that he hung on that cross as we all have sinned and caused that problem. But I'm going to worry about me. I put that man up on that cross and I'm grateful and thankful he did that for me so that I can have a place in heaven because God won't shun us from there. Remember, who shuns? What does God say? Those who turn away from me, I will turn away from thee. So he will turn away from anybody who's shunning us. Let's not worry. Let God be the ultimate judger if this is wrong or not. Let him be the judger. And I wouldn't think God would say, well, if you buy a copy, baby, there's no place in heaven for you. No, that wouldn't be true. All right. I love you guys very much. But remember who loves you the most? God. God does. And there's always going to be fighting and arguing. Let's be the real. Let's be the right. Let's be right and real for God. Let's walk right for God. And if I could bring somebody to the Lord today, I hope I did. Get your salvation today. And all the Romans, read the book of Romans and you can get your salvation. Get right today. Because that's what I want to do. I want to save that. I'm not trying to save the copy stuff because it's been going on for years. All right. I can't do nothing about that. And I'm going to buy what I love and what I can afford. But I hope that I can bring somebody to the Lord. I love all of you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I'll see each and every one of you in my very next upload.